give you the freedom to ask the gentleman.
But yeah, basically, you know, my friend, she's a Christian, right? And we were just wondering, you know, this thing about how Muslim people think, you know, young girls can be ready for intercourse. I know, sorry, it's a bit of a weird topic. I would have asked her to do it, but she's
What do you
shy.
mean, for marriage, or you mean?
Well, can you explain? You don't have to go on video. Can you explain what you mean? What you were saying to me?
I mean, by the records that we have in history, I think the Prophet Muhammad was 50-something years old when the what you call Aisha, is that her name? I'm not quite sure about the name. When they have consent of marriage and then they have the consumption of the marriage afterwards, I think probably what years? After 2 years or so?
Yeah.
Or whatsoever.
It says that they fattened her up with dates and cucumbers.
So basically, is a simple idea is if you would be the prophet with 50-something years old, would you do that?
What do you mean?
In these days, on this present, of course, normally they come with the question that we cannot compare the past with the present. But however, we are relying in some sort of guide, holy book, right?
We struggle to see how it's acceptable, basically.
What, Prophet Muhammad marrying a 9-year-old?
Or anyone. I don't want to target him, but obviously just anybody doing that because. Sorry, I feel like I put him on the spot.
I don't want to speak about this.
But you don't want to speak about this. But do you agree with this?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. But
what make you to follow Islam religion? What inside you?
I'd rather not speak.
But would you? Okay, can I ask you?
But you did come to ask where she's from.
Yeah.
I was thinking she's preaching or something.
Yes, she is. She is.
I mean,
actually,
I wouldn't say.
Ali Dawah can answer this question. You're asking me about Prophet.
If he's gonna ask, so I'm gonna go then. Because there's no point.
There is no point talking to him.
Exactly.
I've spoken to him, but you know the Bible. Can I say the Bible says, "Do not cast your pearls before swine." I'm not calling him a son as a metaphor, but eventually, he heard the gospel many times, right? But we don't have to talk about this stuff. I guess it's embarrassing, but I'll just say one thing to you that. If you feel like you don't want to talk about it, then you might want to think about this because it means that there is something wrong. If you ask me anything about Jesus and the Bible, I would respond the best way possible. But the fact that you feel ashamed, it shows that something is wrong with this, and that's okay because it means you have a conscience.
You mean that you're saying I agree with that?
No, the fact that obviously your response shows some sort of shame and embarrassment. And I applaud you for that because it means that in your conscience you know this is wrong. You know, I don't actually talk about this thing with Aisha, you know, because it's repetitive. But because you brought it up and you approached, that's why. But do you agree if you don't want to talk about it, it's because inside you know this is wrong?
I'm not up for talking about it.
Yeah. Maybe you should leave Islam then, because if you're embarrassed about what your prophet did, it means that there is something wrong. But that's your choice. Anyway, what did you think? I mean, basically, 1 second, let's wrap this video up, yeah? So basically, you were talking to me privately about this, about your experience, and then the man walked away, and, you know, and I feel like in his conscience, you know, God says in Romans that the Bible wrote, you know, God wrote the law in our hearts, so even an atheist would have some sort of conscience. I feel like in his conscience, he knows it's wrong.
Probably.
But I am happy that he is able to, and now he ran to Ali Dawah. I don't know why. I don't really want to speak to Ali Dawah personally because there is no point.
Actually, to be honest, it's going to be impossible to speak with any Muslim member because they have no awareness what spirituality is. I don't think so. Their Allah knows what actually loving, what is caring, sharing, that would be, because the only thing that I feel when I observe that this type of community is cold, you know, between human to human. There is There is no any
Any love, yeah.
of course we respect as a human. I don't hate them. See, I don't hate them as a human because they have the same right as all of us, right? But the theology of their religious book, the things that has been taught to them in a childhood, all that system. Because to be honest, Amy, that's not a religion; it's a system. And for that, you can close your
Yeah, and
report
it's
'cause
not
I
based
finished,
on.
yeah.
It's not.
I
No, it's
finished,
fine.
yeah.
It's not. You're right, and it's not based
It's
on
a
God.
system. It's
Yeah.
a system.
Thank you.